Hello, welcome to another exciting episode of Mr. Black Explains. Now, in this series of videos, I'll be talking about statistics. We use statistics in everything. When telemarketers are calling and trying to get you to do surveys, um, they're trying to determine, what you like, what you don't like. Networks use them to determine who watches programs during certain hours so they can target certain demographics. Um, the networks use them to determine which shows might get canceled versus ones that they might want to keep around a while or renew on new seasons. Um, we I use statistics when it comes to determining how well my students are doing on you know on quizzes and tests, determine what concepts are grasping, what they might not be grasping, etc. Even the weather, we use statistics to determine the weather. So statistics are a part of everyday life for many of us. Um, but there's a couple of different types of questions that we're going to examine today, and that is statistical questions and non-statistical questions. Now, a non-statistical question only has one answer. You can't graph it because it just flatlines. There's nothing to graph. It's like if I said, how many pennies are in a dollar? There's only one answer. There's 100. Okay, I can't get a variety of different answers. But if I were to say, what is the height of all of my students in the classroom, now that has a variety of different answers. If I were to ask one student what their height is, and that was it, then that wouldn't be a statistical question because there's only one answer. The student is such and such a height. But the entire class now I can graph that and get a variety of different answers. Statistics aren't 100% accurate because you're just sampling a small section of the population. It's like the United States. The only way to get 100% accuracy, and even then it might not be quite, but the only way you could get 100% accuracy is if you were to sample ask every single person in the United States the question. But that's not feasible, so we just take a small section of the population, ask some questions. So there's a plus or minus component to it. Statistics can also be manipulated. Sometimes, it's just a matter of, if you have an outlier or certain data you don't like, then you get rid of it, keep the data you do like, and you can skew a little bit on the data to make it kind of lean wherever you want the data to go. It's like Mark Twain said. He said that there's three kinds of lies. There's lies, there's damned lies, and there's statistics. And so statistics can be manipulated. But going back to the topic that we're talking about today, we're talking about statistical questions. So a statistical question has to have variability. It needs to have a range of different answers. Okay, if you have a question that only has one answer and that's it, there's only one answer possible. That is not or a non. So that would be a non-statistical question. But if you had a question that had variability and there's many different answers, then it's a statistical question. Now, can yes or no be a statistical question? Yes, it can, because there's two answers. If I were to, put a poll on the ballot that said, do we want to raise taxes to build, a building or a football field or something for the community, then, and there was a yes or no, that would be a statistical question because there's two answers, yes or no. Um, can you change a yes or no to include more answers? Absolutely. If you were to put a third unsure, then then you have three answers: yes, no, or unsure. So that would be a statistical question. If I were to say, what is the height of the tallest player on the basketball team? There's only one answer. There's only one tallest player. But if there's a question that says, now I can change it and say, well, what is the height of the players on the high school basketball team? Now I'm going to have a variety of different answers. So that would be a statistical question. As long as I can provide variety or variability, then it's going to be a statistical question. So anyway, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. And as always, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.